Elon Musk says a Wisconsin voter has been awarded $1 million days before the Supreme Court election. His PAC used a nearly identical tactic before the November election in Pennsylvania, offering a $1 million lottery to voters.
Yep.
I thought he got in trouble for the lottery that he did in Pennsylvania. Talk to me about what's going on in Wisconsin.
It got washed away in Pennsylvania. I mean, it never really occurred. He never had any consequences, and he actually forged through it that he gave multiple awards in Pennsylvania. And he's doing the same thing in Wisconsin. That $1 million is not going to be the first and only. There's going to be an award given again tomorrow. And the net effect of that, right, is that it chums the waters. It's basically word of mouth. If you're to say, oh, yeah, sign up, get involved, get engaged. And I think, to me, the part that's disturbing, aside from just, seemingly buying votes and everything like that, it's actually a part of their larger strategy, which is to organize power on what used to be considered the fringes. Pull in all these people that are really far out there on the edges and actually pull them into the political process. And that is the very people right now that we're seeing run roughshod through our government.
Republicans are backing Judge Brad Schimmel for state Supreme Court justice, while Democrats are pouring resources behind Judge Susan Crawford. The race is being seen by many as a proxy battle over the Trump administration and Elon Musk.
It is an insane amount of money that we've seen spent here in Wisconsin for a spring election that is happening next Tuesday. Listen, first and foremost, here in the state, control of the state Supreme Court is at stake. Right now, liberals hold a 4-3 majority. A liberal justice is retiring, so this flips the balance, either liberal or conservative. And you look at a number of hot button issues, whether it be congressional maps, whether it be voting rights, union rights, abortion, all of this could come before the state Supreme Court. I mean, think of Wisconsin, a key battleground state, right? In November, this is playing out like a presidential style election. You turn on your TV, any local broadcast station here across the state of Wisconsin, you are inundated with political type ads for what is technically a nonpartisan judicial race, but this is a full-on political race at this point. You're seeing door knocking, you're seeing canvassing, get out the vote efforts. That's where all of this money is going. So it is a hard fought battle for the state Supreme Court that really just in the last couple of years has turned incredibly political.
And they tell you who they are the first time, believe it. This right here is Brad Schimmel, but let me go ahead and zoom in so you can see his face. He's the MAGA Republican running in the Wisconsin Supreme Court race. Here he is in front of an inflatable Trump balloon saying, vote Brad Schimmel Supreme Court. At a pro-Trump event, he's telling you exactly how he would vote on landmark Supreme Court cases if they ever came in front of him. If you're gonna tell me, oh, don't judge a book by its cover, that's not what he means. How about we take his actual words? Schimmel tells canvassers he'll be a support network for Trump, and he talked about the election conspiracy, saying that the 2020 election was stolen. He's literally spending millions of dollars trying to get Brad to win. And he literally hosted a Twitter space telling us why.
For many reasons, maybe the most consequential is that it will decide the congressional districts, how congressional districts are drawn in Wisconsin.
Elon Musk wants Brad Schimmel to win so that the Wisconsin Supreme Court could be MAGA, so that they can overturn election laws and redistrict maps in favor of the Republicans so that they can gain the majorities and start changing up for when the elections come around.
Can you lay out what's at stake, why Wisconsin is about the country, and then, of course, will affect the world?
Well, good morning, Amy. The Wisconsin Supreme Court is important in its own right because this election on April 1st will determine which party and side controls the ideological majority of the court. And that will decide things like the fate of Wisconsin's 1849 abortion ban, laws restricting labor rights, the legality of Wisconsin's congressional maps, which could decide control of Congress. But it's taken on much more significance because Elon Musk is now spending over $20 million to try to flip the Wisconsin Supreme Court, which is a record for any state judicial race in the history of the United States. And it really has become a test of whether Musk can buy Wisconsin like he bought the White House and can extend his plan for oligarchy to the states, or whether Democrats can fight back.
We just learned that Elon Musk deleted the tweet where he talked about paying people $1 million to show up at a town hall. I mean, was that a crime that we saw? What's going on in Wisconsin right now?
Elon Musk deleted that tweet because he knows that tweet was a crime, and it's still a crime. In Wisconsin law, it is plain as day. You cannot promise something of value in order to induce someone to vote or refrain from voting. This is Wisconsin statute, and it's a felony to cross that line. Elon Musk has committed blatantly, obviously, an illegal act to help Brad Schimmel buy his seat on the Wisconsin State Supreme Court. And Elon Musk should be brought to justice for that crime. This is something that we should not accept in a democracy, vote buying. And at this point, we have to ask whether Brad Schimmel knew about this, whether he approves of this, whether he's going to condemn Elon Musk for trying to buy votes, for promising something of value, which is itself a criminal act. This is not an edge case. This is a central question for whether we're going to survive as a democracy, or whether the richest man in the world will be able to pay people in order to get them to vote.
I mean, I honestly don't know who the hell Elon Musk really thinks he is. I mean, look, at the same time that a man who wasn't born here and is taking over a party that's all about kicking illegal immigrants out of here, he just thinks he can fire whoever he wants, cut whatever he wants, rearrange the government however he sees fit, cancel all these investigations into him and his companies, you know, weaken the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, go after Social Security, stuff like that. And on the other hand, he's completely tanking the Tesla brand. Tesla stock is never coming back. It's never going to be where it was, because it was always inflated, and the whole inflation was based on the myth and the legend of Elon Musk, and now that bubble is just completely bursted. So this man is going about literally just trying to uproot the federal government in the United States, while also trying to influence elections around the world in other countries, and then just trying to tell people, oh, look, I'll give you a check of $1 million if you show up to the polls. This is super important for you all to come out and help me get my way. But like, his whole world is collapsing around him. Like, this dude is just spiraling out of control. He can't keep the ketamine up out his nostrils. When he goes places, he's just like looping and looking around like this and playing with forks and spoons on his hand and stuff. This dude is out of his mind, and he believed in his own bull. So unfortunately, we all have to suffer, but at least we get to laugh at this clown as he destroys everything that he's ever stood on.